Well, good morning, boys and girls. I'm here in Copenhagen. I am headed off to Lisbon today, and with that, we'll be taking TAP Air Portugal. Today's 4-hour hop takes us across the northwestern seaboard of continental Europe, across the Bay of Biscay, and into Portugal, totaling 1,540 miles. Now, this will be on their A321neo. A little bit excited about that. This will, however, be in European business class. Let's go to the airport. Copenhagen's airport is easily accessible via the metro, which is a 15-minute hop downtown and runs 24 hours a day. However, in my case, I took a taxi as it was provided by work, and at 4 a.m. there was no traffic to contend with. The taxi driver also took full advantage of this, meaning we went from the downtown hotel to the airport in about 13 minutes. He did, however, drop me off at the wrong terminal, as I found out to my dismay, so that meant 10 more minutes of cardio exercise. Now, this airport works a little bit differently with its two terminals. They're essentially separate check-in areas, with TAP Portugal located in Terminal 3. Once you're past security and airside, it's all one continuous building again. Apart from the non-Schengen gates, you can walk from end to end without obstacles. Terminal 3 is the more recent development, containing the atrium with direct access to the metro system. Check-in areas are on the ground floor with walkways above to ease the flow of people and their luggage. The ground floor is populated by these blue SAS check-in kiosks. Despite the branding, they handled myriad different airlines. I was easily able to confirm my plane and my seat. Additionally, for airlines displayed here, business class check-in was operated by the SAS counters. This included my flight. Directly upstairs is yet another reminder as to why the Europeans have us North Americans beat. Just look at this genius hot dog that doesn't coat your hands in ketchup when consumed. Amazing. With my bags deposited, I started for security. In addition to the main channel, the airport allows passengers traveling in business class access to this fast-track entrance. Brightly lit as it was not open. It only does so at 5:15 on this particular weekday. Feeling a little vexed, I proceeded through the regular security line, and with this being Europe, was inevitably deposited amid a maze of duty-free displays and carefully marked research curving walkways. With the influx of Chinese tourists and their bottomless pockets, high-end retail has naturally taken a foothold here, preying on unspent foreign currency with promises of untaxable transactions. Being quite destitute both financially and in terms of my luggage space, I was unaffected by the flashy displays, and so I continued on, looking for the lounge where I myself may prey on an airline's hospitality. My search led me to the SAS Lounge, which is also the Star Alliance Gold Lounge. This place had an inescapable Scandinavian atmosphere. Spacious and well appointed, this is a very comfortable place to kill time or be productive. Supplementing the round tables and communal dining tables, the main space had a sprawling seating area, flanked by TVs on one end and magazine racks on the other. Power outlets were ubiquitous and everything was spotlessly clean. In addition to the main room, additional seating areas are available in the back. With all the amenities of the main room, this area was more cozy. It even had its own mini bar. Further down, there was a business center and even fully equipped private meeting rooms. Showers were available upon request, but I didn't have time to take one today, so sorry. And of course, what lounge would be complete without a shoe polish machine? Maybe not for me. Not many hot food options were available during my short time here, but the cold options had more than enough variety. A quick note, there is another section upstairs with more seating, showers, buffet options, and sleeping rooms. It's only accessible to Star Alliance Gold and high-tier SAS members, and at this time in the morning, it had yet to open. This means business class passengers without status are limited to this bottom floor. This is mostly for capacity control, and apart from slightly nicer furniture and the presence of sleeping rooms upstairs, there isn't a noticeable difference. I would like to highlight that these machines made a killer cup of espresso and made sure that you knew that they were made in Switzerland. The staff insisted that I try out this sour beer, and it was, quite sour. I had no expectations for the food on the flight, so I fed pretty well on the offerings of the lounge. There was a display on Scandinavian consumer electronics, although there was a distinct absence of IKEA lighting fixtures. Alright, it's almost time to board. Let's head to the other side of the airport. With a few minutes to spare until boarding starts, I arrived at the gate. Here I got a glimpse of today's flight, a recently inaugurated Airbus A321neo engine option. On this flight, business class and Star Alliance Gold members boarded first. And it was at this time that I was pleasantly surprised that this plane didn't have European business class. Not European business, this is normal business. Instead, we got wide seats placed in a 2x2 layout with none of the economy seating with the middle seat blocked out silliness. If you're confused by what I'm talking about, go on the internet and look up European business class. The seats themselves were upholstered in a faux leather material, probably because they are easy to clean and mid-range flights like this demand quick and frequent turnovers. The padding was perfectly comfortable, although the periphery armrests were a little small and perhaps too stiff. There was no built-in in-seat entertainment system, so if you didn't bring any of your own, you're relegated to whatever the magazine had to offer. I'm guessing that they want you to store your laptop and literature in these cutouts. Just be warned, they are quite deep, so your items may be hard to retrieve. Hidden under the middle armrest is the tray table. This thing is very sturdy and adequately spacious. Underneath here, you will find a little pocket, next to which are the seat controls. Foot space and legroom is not an issue, and in the center here you will find power and USB outlets. Better yet, unlike many other carriers, TAP did not do away with individual air nozzles. With the cabin doors closed, I concluded that the seat next to mine will indeed remain empty, so I quietly thanked the machinations of the ticketing system and attempted to control my elation. Soon afterwards, we began our pushback on this beautiful morning. After the seatbelt signs were turned off, the cabin crew came around and handed out these pillows and blankets. The one I received was auspiciously red, while my neighbor's was this really ugly yellow neon color that's on brand but questionable. As there was no in-seat entertainment console, you are relegated to whatever you bring off your own. Be warned, there is also no Wi-Fi. As we were leaving Danish airspace, the flight attendants came around and passed out refreshing towels. This was immediately followed up with the arrival of breakfast. I was served a frittata with a tomato and bacon strip, whole wheat bread and a croissant, and this pickled apple. The frittata dish was especially flavorful and well balanced and was at the perfect temperature. Personally, I'm a fan of pickled fruits, so I enjoyed this apple quite a lot. That meal exceeded my expectations, so naturally I was impressed. According to my analytics, you weirdos appear to enjoy these bathroom exploration segments, so here I am once again, and here's the tap on Tap Air Portugal. Oh my god. Kill me. And here is the thing in which you poop, and up here there is a shelf in which we will find a small white bottle of air freshener. There are also more refreshing towels for you to take. Let me just quietly pocket this and let's put this back. And now let's just get out of here. After breakfast, many of the other passengers decided to catch up on sleep, and I took this opportunity to flip through the magazine. That's right, we're doing the magazine because there is no in-flight entertainment system. Fascinating perhaps only to me are all the destinations TAP flies to which are former Portuguese colonies, such as Brazil and Macau. Equally interesting are the variety of aircraft types they operate. On the page detailing the plethora of services TAP provides, I did find an error where they printed the same thing twice in Portuguese instead of English. I also learned that you can purchase frequent flyer status with money. I'm personally indifferent about this pay-to-win model. What do you think? A little bored of the magazine, I tested out whether or not the power sockets worked. They did. I then did some work and reading, and soon enough we were on our descent into Lisbon. Here I'll interject some of my thoughts while I intercut some of my footage. You can probably tell that I'm quite impressed with this product, and you would be right. Despite the lack of in-flight entertainment and Wi-Fi, the seat itself is already a major step up from what other narrow-body European flights have to offer. Very few airlines operate a real business class seat on Schengen zone flights, and with the prices some operators are asking for a glorified economy seat branded as business, it makes very little sense if you're paying out of pocket. I think TAP is aware of this fact, and they know that their market are predominantly holidaymakers who will not be enticed to spend extra if there is no noticeable difference in the product. The cabin crew were cheerful and friendly. When they noticed me filming everything and, assuming it was my first time flying business class, asked if I wanted a photo. There wasn't much to see, so I politely declined. As the colors on its name suggest, TAP is not afraid to be bright and bold. It certainly isn't a low-cost, no-frills carrier as some people make it out to be. Economy class passengers received a full breakfast and could request the same blankets and pillows I had received. Children were also given a goodie bag to keep them entertained. Overall, this was one of the best intra-European flights I have been on and will certainly be better than any other competing product flying this route. I hope this video was insightful or at the very least entertaining. I myself am partaking in a little vacationing here in Portugal, having been invited down by some friends. After this, I'll be flying home on a brand new A330neo, also operated by TAP. Feel free to check out that video as this airline continues to impress. Thanks for watching and happy travels.